If you have been struggling for years to make perfectly round puff puff like this, then watch this video because I'll teach you the simplest method to make round puff puff, and I'll also be teaching you how to make my signature chocolate glazed puff puff. Let's do this. To activate your yeast so that your puff puff can rise, we are going to be using 1 cup of warm water. Warm water, not hot water. And into this water, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar. This is going to help with the yeast activation. Now that we have that in there, we're going to put in the dry yeast. All right. Once you have your tablespoon of dry yeast in there, go ahead and give it a stir. Okay. And we are ready to cover it up and let it sit for 10 minutes. Into a bigger bowl, we will sift the flour. Okay, this is going to remove any dirt and it's going to make sure that we have a smooth batter, which will help to give us puff-puff that is soft and fluffy. So sift your flour, but bear in mind that you can always split this recipe. You do not necessarily need to work with 4 cups of flour. You can work with 2, you can work with 1. It's all right. Just split the recipe in the ebook. Okay. Once your flour is sifted, then add in your sugar. In this particular video, I'm going to be showing you how to make the sweetened puff puff recipe. Add in your salt and then add in your nutmeg. You can always put in some cinnamon powder, but that is optional. Okay. Now I'm going to add in my milk essence. You can always use vanilla if you want to. I will leave the link in the description to the exact brand I'm using. Then we're going to add in the activated yeast. As you can see, there are bubbles in the yeast. That means it is activated. If yours doesn't have bubbles, it means there's a problem somewhere. It could be that you used water that's too hot or that your yeast is expired. So check, correct, and then follow along. Now we're going to mix this up and add 1 more cup of water and continue to mix until well combined. What we are trying to achieve is a batter that is smooth and stretchy. So if you notice that you need to add a little bit more water, then don't be afraid to do so. Just add a little at a time and continue stirring until well combined. This is the perfect consistency that we're looking for. The batter is now smooth and stretchy. So it's time to cover it up for 1 hour so that the yeast can do its work. So cover yours using a lid or a saran wrap. By that, I mean a cling film. Once you've covered it up, then go ahead and cover again using a thick, clean towel and place your batter into a warm place. Examples of warm places are in your ebook. Once the hour is up, it's time to open up your batter and take a look. If your batter has doubled in size, just like mine, then that means your yeast did its job. But if it didn't double up, then that means the yeast is not activated, it didn't work. Next, deflate the air bubbles caused by the yeast activation. This is going to help you to achieve evenly fried puff puff that have a very smooth texture. All right? Once that is done, grab a very deep saucepan and into it add at least 2 liters of vegetable oil. This is going to ensure that your puff puff comes out round and beautiful. But because if you use a very shallow pan or you don't add in enough oil, you're going to end up with flat puff puff that is not beautiful. It's like pancakes. We don't want that. Okay? To fry perfectly round puff puff, apply some vegetable oil to 1 tablespoon and to your right palm or left palm if you're left-handed. This will prevent the batter from sticking to your spoon or your palm. Watch how I squeeze the batter in my palm to make sure that it comes out from the top of my hand. That is exactly how you'll be squeezing yours. It's very simple. Now I'm going to teach you the simple way to make round puff puff that anyone can use and it will work. Squeeze your puff puff just like I showed you, and then make sure that it comes out from the top of your hand. Grab the spoon, cut the batter so it falls into the oil. Simple. Watch closely as I show you again. Grab some batter in your hand, squeeze, grab the spoon, cut. Done. Repeat this method consistently until your batter is finished and everything is in the oil. When you notice that your puff puff is golden brown on one side, you can flip it over so that the other side can fry as well and become golden brown. Please do make sure that you are frying your puff puff on medium heat, not hot heat or low heat, medium. All right. As you can see, this puff puff is looking beautiful and round. So this method will not fail you. This method I showed you will work for you. Once it's well fried, bring it out of the oil and put it in a bowl that contains some paper towels or some napkins. This will drain the excess oil so that you don't eat puff puff that is overly oily. After draining the oil, place your puff puff into a dish and it's ready to be glazed. Can't you see how this puff puff is looking so round and perfect? And it's so yummy, like it smells so good. I really want to eat it as I'm looking at it right now. Now it's time for the glaze. You can make this chocolate glaze using the recipe in the ebook. Once your glaze is ready, simply dip in the puff puff in and you have yourself a tasty snack to enjoy. But if you're anything like me and you want to, try something different, then grab yourself a piping bag, put that glaze in and drizzle it all over each ball of puff puff. And oh, this just looks so good. Eating puff puff on its own is a delight, I have to tell you. But when you add in the chocolate glaze, it just takes things to the next level. Whew. It's like eating the tastiest snack ever. I am enjoying mine, as you can see here. So I hope you enjoy yours as well. Let me know if you loved it by tagging me on Instagram. My username is in the description box below. Ooh, so good.